Great. So hopefully, if not everyone, then at least some of you can follow along with the reading material that you've managed to download. If you haven't, as Alex said, it might be a bit tricky, but I'll try and make it as easy as possible for you to follow. So if we look at part C, so parts B and C of the reading last for 45 minutes. And in part C, you have to, let's just go forward to part C so you see what I'm talking about. You have two texts, okay, and they are topics of general interest for healthcare professionals. So, for example, we can see here that we're in part C. We have one on sleep deprivation. Okay, so then we have quite a long text here. There are around 800 words for each text. Okay, and then after that, you can see that we have some multiple choice questions. Starts from number 7 because obviously we did part B before that. So you have 4 options in each case, A, B, C, or D. And then you have another text. So here it's ADHD. So again, relevant to healthcare professional. Okay, and then after that, you have some questions. Okay. So all multiple choice in part C, but 2 fairly long texts. Right, so let's go back to the one about sleep deprivation. Okay, so basically part C tests your ability to read for detailed information, okay? But it's a good idea before you start reading the questions to just get a general idea of what the text is about, and a very, very general idea. So you know, for example, that the heading is sleep deprivation. So you're already thinking, you're trying to predict the information that's going to be conveyed in this text. I probably would read the introduction. Okay, and I mean skim read the introduction, and then, if possible, if you have time, read the first sentence of each paragraph. Okay, but really skim. So skimming is a skill that you can develop, and it is when you read very quickly and you don't get stuck on words that you don't know what they mean. Okay, so you just literally skip your eyes over the sentence and just get the key words and the basic ideas. Okay, so this gives you an idea of what the text is about. Okay, right, sorry, I'm probably making you dizzy. I'm scrolling up and down a lot here. What I'd like you to do right now is just read the first paragraph. Okay, skim read the first paragraph. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. Okay, so hopefully you've skim read, at least got an idea of what this paragraph is about. Obviously, it's generally talking about sleep deprivation. It's talking about emotional distress, specific things that can be impaired, that can have problems with sleep deprivation, including high blood pressure, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. Okay, so if we now go to the questions. Okay, okay, so the first question here, in the first paragraph, the writer uses Eve van Coulter's words to A, explain the main causes of sleep deprivation, B, reinforce a view about the impact of sleep deprivation, C, question some research findings about sleep deprivation, and D, describe the challenges involved in sleep deprivation research. Okay, so obviously it's much easier if you have all this in front of you, because now we're going to have to scroll up and see if we can find the answer. Okay, so what we're looking for is something that matches one of these options here. Now, a really good way of doing this is, for example, first of all, underlining keywords in the question. So here, a keyword would be Eve van Korte. Okay, and that is also going to be quite easy information to find because you can scan the first paragraph. This is the first paragraph to find this person's name, and because it's capital letters, it's easier to find. Okay, so then you should underline the keywords in the sentences, the different options. So main causes. It's all talking about sleep deprivation, so I don't think you would underline this word here, but probably main causes, explain main causes, reinforce a view, question research findings, describe challenges involved. Okay, so in the exam, you've got your pen, pencil, underlining the keywords. Okay, and as I mentioned, the first one is Eve van Korte. Okay, and it's in the first paragraph. Now, this is a slight difference to the current test. In the current test, you're told exactly which paragraph the information can be found in. Here also, you are told that, but not always. You'll see an instance of that. But generally, the information is in chronological order. So usually it will go through paragraph 1, paragraph 2, etc. As we go through the questions. So now we're going to go back to the first paragraph, and we're going to see if we can find the answer. So, wonderful. Well, everyone has got the answer right. All those people who said B, well done. And I'm sure you found, so let's just go back for the benefit of those people who don't have the questions in front of them. So in the first paragraph, the writer uses Eve van Korte's words to reinforce a view about the impact of sleep deprivation. Okay, so if we go back to this paragraph, okay. So yes, we go back to this paragraph. It says we've got people suffering from a myriad of health burdens, high blood pressure, obesity, metabolic syndrome. So this is all the impact of sleep deprivation, and it's all research that has already been done. And it says in the studies we've done, almost every variable we measured was affected. So they're basically reinforcing what has already been said. Okay. There's not a system in the body that's not affected by sleep. Okay. So yeah, that's all great.